Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM, and if you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel, the links to our social media are coming up on the screen now. Today, well, it would appear that I'm at a car show, and that's not entirely true. Where I am is I'm at my friends. You know, the friends who have helped me out with various projects throughout the years. And they're having a little get together, and so they've dragged everything of theirs out to put on show as they're having a load of guests over. So I thought, while I've got everything out, let's have a look around what they've got and we can make a little wish list of what it is we'd like to have a go with in the future. So come with me as we go around a private car collection. It's pretty good. There's an Austin champ driving around in the background. First up, we have this, a Hillman Super Minx. The donor to this, actually, we featured on the channel, featured on JM on Cars way back. I love this car, and this one's now finished with parts from the other. This next door, this you've probably never heard of. This is a Strada. It's not a kit car. It was a company set up in Stowmarket. The idea was they were going to build supercars, and they built this and two others, and that's as far as it went. Then you might recognise this from way back on the channel. The Datsun 280Z, one of my favourite cars of all time. It is very, very high on my wish list to acquire this thing. I think it's magnificent. And then Sunbeam Tiger with a small block Chevy in it. Small block V8 anyway. Goes like stink. Mercedes, of which I'm not too fussed about. And then long-time viewers of the channel will recognise this. This is the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow that I dubbed Luna, which lived in the shed for quite some time, of which I was the custodian. And then it came back to its owners up here. So if for those of you who wanted to know what happened to the Rolls-Royce, well, here it is. Living its best life, still being looked after and being cool. Here we have another, it's a Hillman Imp van, or a Husky, I think, with an engine swap. A Chamois, basically a Hillman Imp, which is, again, one of my favourite cars. I'm very jealous of that, I love that. Then the Hillman Husky, again, I love the colour of this, an absolutely beautiful car. I love driving that about. And then this, which you probably remember, this is the Austin Gypsy that me and Matt took out for a drive, and we absolutely loved. Next door to it here, this is a Visitor, a Wartburg, and I love Wartburg. It's two-stroke engine, gearbox in front of the engine, totally the wrong way around. An NSU Prince, one of only three proper hand drive ones known to survive. And then another NSU Prince. This is a new thing to have got up, the Super Prince. Just an amazing, incredible, beautiful car. A Volvo 440, another visiting car. This is, it's a kit car effectively put onto an Austin 7 chassis. It's called the Ashley. And this is the oldest thing in their collection, well, the thing they've had for the longest time. The brothers put this together when they were kids. And then a Crossfire. And I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all. So that's as we pan back, this is the main lineup of cars. To be fair, this is all one collection. So there are 2 or 3 in this which are visitors. The rest of them are all owned by these guys. They all work, they're all on the road. And I'm exceedingly jealous. So out of these guys, what would you like to see appearing on the channel next? And it doesn't just end with these. No, there's more stuff. Things like, oh yeah, that. Remember that? It's got the pole on it now. Yes, it's the pole. So it actually goes around looking a bit like a Dodgem with the pole thing. And they've been using it to trundle around today. Now that's quite cool. And this is a 9F built by Neil on 3¼ inch gauge. And it's not currently in ticket, but it runs, but so does the steam crane there, and it's associated train. So all of this will run, it all runs on air, I've seen it running. It's quite an amazing piece of kit. He keeps talking about getting the 9F recertified. And behind it we have models made by their father. A fully functional traction engine, threshing drum, and elevator. All of this works. It's an amazing, amazing model. It's absolutely beautiful. So if we grab this, they have had it running on air, or they will have it running on air. That goes around, and then everything on this all everything works, and it's just magnificent. Look at that. Oh, I'm running it the wrong way. There we go, look at that. Everything in miniature, and the fact that this is such an old model is just magnificent that it's still here. And swinging over here, we have a class 20, which is, hopefully we're going to be doing a review on that, although the clutch has died in it, but it actually has a nitro engine from model aircraft, riding a truck, and there's an 08 just over there. Yes, and this is the railway built in lockdown beneath me, and just up there is the locomotive, which is now showing a new coat of paint. Around here, this is a 3.5-inch gauge big boy, which is under construction. The front engine runs on air. It's quite a thing. So let's head up the line. Let's go look at the locomotive that was built in lockdown, which is now finished. So yes, here it is, the locomotive built in lockdown. Finished, now lined out, and looking like a completely different machine. It has glass in it, well, perspex. It's all painted up. This quite fetching livery with the lining, and it's absolutely superb. So let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see a follow-up on this. We go and see what it's like now. The railway has also extended, and most importantly, in here, hidden away, there is a jung. Yes, well, it's not a jung, is it? But it's a model of a 062 jung used in South Africa. We have tried this on air, we have it running, and if you notice in the opening sequence of Lawrie Goes a Little Loco, this thing is running. So this is something I am very much looking forward to bringing to the channel in the not too distant future. It's a incredible engine. Now, when we shot the railway built in lockdown, it came to here, whereas now it goes all the way along here. You can just see up there, there is a little station built. Now, when I came up the other day and we tested it, it wasn't overgrown, but that's just how fast everything grows around here. Another thing they've got parked up here, which they've promised they're going to try and start for me later, is this. The brothers used to do tractor pulling, which, if you don't know, is a sport that you have tractors and you have to pull what they call a sled, a big weight, and try and move the weight as far as possible. This has, yes, it's a radial engine from a plane strapped onto the front of it. I've never seen it run, but we've dragged it outside. It's currently on charge. The hopes that we might actually be able to get it fired up. And that is genuinely exciting. I mean, look at the engine on that. Over here, there's something else you might recognise from the early days of the channel. Yes, this is the road roller, the Greens Griffith road roller that we revealed, possibly one of the first road roller reviews on YouTube. And next door to it is this wonderful little dump truck, which was one of the reasons I wanted to get Humpty, because I fell in love with this little thing, and I much prefer Humpty. It's a much more aesthetically pleasing thing. And then this is something else that's going off on the channel before too long, is another Greens Griffith roller. But look at this. This is just Greens, this before it became Greens Griffith. Look at it, look at the shape of it. It's just so amazing basic, and this came here as a complete and utter wreck. The boys have done an incredible job restoring this back into some kind of working order. Look at it, it's so basic, and you know, I love it. I love the little exhaust just down there. I love the wheels. It's perfect, isn't it? It's absolutely perfect. I want to drive this. Oh, right. Oh, and you've got an extender on it.
Save your knuckles.
Oh yeah, sit that on. No, Dick. That's off. On the other side, yes, you'll recognise this. It's the crane that I've featured a couple of times. And now, look at it, they've painted it. Isn't it absolutely stunning? Now, in actual fact that Neil has almost done, he hasn't done the top boom yet, but he has painted the rest of it. Look at it. It is so much better than it has been. Also of note over here That's the big hook. Remember when I've done the video, I spoke about the fact that it's got the little hook on? That is the big hook, of which it's so big you actually need the little hook over here to lift it up. And also, as you can see, it's got a counterweight on it, so it will go up and down happily, and a fenced off area. So I'm going to have a go with it again in a minute and have a play, which will make me very happy indeed. Isn't it stunning? I mean, if you look back on the video, it'll be coming up in the corner now, a link to one of the videos where we looked at just how much better this is looking now. It's amazing. Very, very excited, and very much exciting. It's on the road. Yes, we can take it out and road test it, which is something we will be doing again in the not too distant future. It looks so much better now. It's complete. It's the right color. It looks stunning, and I really do want to take it out on the road. But when we last filmed with this, although the jib went up and down and we could lift stuff, I couldn't rotate it around. But now they fixed that. So without any further ado, we're going to clamber up, swing ourselves into the cab Indiana Jones style, like so. Make sure we don't sit on the sound recorder. Put that in there. Do this. Turn it on. And then, wow, as you lift the jib, you can see the whole thing flex under the weight. We'll just give that a bit more. That's mad. And now we should be able to tilt it all around using this. Well, that's just fantastic, isn't it? What a thing! I am overly impressed with this. This feels so unbelievably dodgy. This is the best toy I've ever found. And now, just drop it down. We think the boom here weighs something like 8 tons. It weighs more than my locomotive, which is just mad. That's amazing. That's absolutely, outstandingly amazing. I've enjoyed that. Without the doubt, one of the single best things I've ever had to go with. That was amazingly good fun. Yes, there's another crane parked up behind it. This is an Iron Fairy. Absolutely love it. And again, something I'm very much hoping to bring to the channel in the not too distant future. Now back over here, a couple more things of interest is we have a 7V. Now this thing was given to the brothers, given to Nigel, under the condition that he would restore it. And so he has. And this is now the third windscreen to go in it, because every time they put a windscreen into it so far, it's cracked. Whereas now you can finally see a windscreen has gone in it and it's in one piece. And again, very much is going on the road. And very much I am going to review it. The comma that we've teased before, there's a review of this, not quite finished. Need to finish it off with its trailer, but we will be reviewing this in the not too distant future. I love this. Big TR3 engine, 2-stroke, double acting cylinder, weird engine, very, very cool, like double acting, double-sided Weird engine, but magnificent. Very, very excited to take that out for a drive. I've shunted it around today, and I'm going to go and take it for a run later and just go for a little trip out in it because I think it's awesome. And then we've got this. So this Dennis, this lives at the Mid Suffolk Light Railway, but the brothers have been, well, instrumental in restoring it, hence why it's got the MSLR on the side. This was at Ipswich Transport Museum, and it was deemed too far gone to ever be restored. So it came to the Midi as a static exhibit, and long story short, the brothers looked at it and went, we can get that going again, and they have. So it's driven up here from the Mid Suffolk Railway, which is quite a distance away actually, so that's brilliant. And then over here, recently restored, is an Austin Champ, and my dad had one of those. Everything's waterproofed and impossible to get to, so it's been quite a job to restore it and get it going again.
Oh, this is amazingly good!
And no, I'd not forgotten about this. They promised they were going to try and fire it up. So enjoy this mega cut of all the attempts after they revealed that it had actually broken. And it's been parked up for the last 3 years. And they were hoping that just magically it would have fixed itself and spark itself back into life.
Yes, because the bottom cylinders are upside down. They fill up.
Right.
That's why when you first start,
That's why you got so much smoke.
you crank it over without the ignition manuals on to pump the oil out of the cylinder and stop blowing the cylinder heads off. You have to know how to start a radial.
No. Don't start a radial immediately with the ignition on. Top tip.
This is absolutely true unless you're an aeroplane mechanic. Can't get enough fuel in them, can I?
It was there. It ran for a second. That was glorious. Fuel, she goes. Just can't get enough fuel in it. It's something to do with this hydrogen unit. It's not feeding the injector. You just put too much air in so it stops. Oh, so it got me there.
Well, just off idle, just enough to
keep enough air to keep the fuel, but she won't. Yes. What's happening? We're loading it up.
Yeah, and he goes, wham, and then there's no fuel
It's
left.
used to it because there's no more going in. Just wants more fuel. But
To be fair, this is the closest I've ever got to a radial going, and it's hugely exciting.
wants to go, don't she? That's the direct feed to the injector, so the injector's blocked.
I do.
Well, it increases the fuel to the injector when you open the throttle. So I'm going to take the injector out and feed it out, I reckon.
Okay. It's end of play, yeah?
Yeah, end of play. So.
So there we go, guys. That's a brief walk around just the collection that my friends have, with a couple of extra things which are here kind of just for a bit of fun, just to help make it look a bit more of an impressive day out. So thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing it, and remember, in the comments, let us know what you'd like to see feature on the channel most, because basically everything here is available to, yeah, for us to take out and have a go with. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this and you want more, say, on the crane, remember, somewhere over wherever the space, that will be the link to the crane video, or down there for the Austin Gypsy video we did. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Ta-ra.